Section 4 is titled Building on the Foundation to Understand How Yahuwah's Design Works. This section contains Chapter 10, The Consequences of Idol Worship and Removing His Name. Chapter 11, The Law of Yahuwah and the Law of Sacrifice to Attain Righteousness. Chapter 12, The Power of Repentance and Forgiveness. Chapter 13, Understanding what the Kingdom of Yahuwah is. And Chapter 14, The Ark of the Covenant. This section is primarily about unpacking the two threads that connect the Old Testament and the New Testament together as the full word of instruction from the Most High. I propose that by removing or separating them from each other, it is as good as rejecting the word of truth. These two threads are Yahuwah's constitution as king and Yahuwah's covenant as father and husband to his people. The constitution is made up of his laws and commandments and is what governs the affairs of his creation and remain valid throughout the Old and New Testament. The terms and conditions of the everlasting covenant is what governs our relationship with him and also remain valid throughout the Old and New Testament. The law to atone for the transgression of the constitution and the breaking of the covenant is what has changed from the old dispensation of animal sacrifice before the coming of Messiah and the death and resurrection to the new dispensation of that requirement being permanently fulfilled through the Messiah, Yahusha. The constitution has not changed. The covenant has not changed. But the mechanism to atone for our transgression of the constitution and the breaking of the covenant is what has changed. This realization has completely changed everything I have ever understood about the Holy Scriptures. It links to the words of Yahusha in Matthew 5:17-19, which read as follows: "Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For assuredly I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle will by no means pass from the law till all is fulfilled. Whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." Effectively, what Yahusha was saying is that I have not come to abolish the constitution or to do away with the terms and conditions of the covenant, but I have come to fulfill the obligation for the sacrifice that is required of you by the Father when you violate and break the terms and conditions of the constitution and the covenant. Understanding this is a critical key which opens the door to answer many unanswered questions. Let me go back to the book and read a portion from chapter 13, Understanding what the Kingdom of Yahuwah is. The Kingdom of Yahuwah is the realm of his sovereign reign and rulership. It is a kingdom in which Yahuwah is the judge and he makes judgments according to the law and commandments which he has established as the lawgiver. The laws and commandments serve as the constitution of the kingdom and the foundation of how it is governed. It is a kingdom in which Yahuwah is also the king and his reign and rulership are based on the laws and commandments he has established. His throne as king and judge is established on the foundation of righteousness and justice. Truth and mercy stand before him. The measurement of righteousness and justice is based on the standard that he has set through his laws and commandments. It is a kingdom in which Yahuwah, as the prime judge and king, holds himself accountable to his own word, his own constitution, and will never violate it, for he is absolutely righteous, as he has placed his word, his constitution, above his name. Perhaps we have attached ourselves to doctrine and theology of hyper grace that has taught us to reject the constitution and covenant of our King, Father, and Husband. Have we perhaps become people of lawlessness and rebellion.